Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.kbob899.com, or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, September 17th, 2025. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and Simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show. You guys, you better call your mom and them and tell them you can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, we have Pastor Rodney Gray back in the studio with us. He's going to provide us with some information on our latest endeavor to help our friends over in Kamuli, Uganda.
Yep. We'll also have live in studio Minister Lawana Daly with information about a women's conference that you don't want to miss.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are our reaction to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We're going to talk about it. Also, Oklahoma State Superintendent's message to Oklahoma student districts about and their response. And then the Delta State University student has been found hanging in a tree. We're going to talk about that as well. Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and Simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. Put on your seatbelt. We got a hot show. We'll be right back, y'all.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World Development. We host events, have radio personalities, community engagement, and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events, from weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046. The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate The Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things. One, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes fitting back in Edgereg Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and NYCU.FM. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I'm also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I'm also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, it's hump day. What's happening?
Thank goodness, man. We trying to get over this weekend we had.
What's up?
Man, lots of great stuff going on in community. Lots of things happening. If you are not part of the know, then it's your fault.
Hey, come on, Tulsa. Let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. You can't never say nothing is going on in Tulsa.
Boy.
Now. Because let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. Tulsa's popping right now, y'all.
It is.
If y'all haven't been to Greenwood, if y'all haven't been to Black Wall Street, hey, you need to get here, meet me here, beat me here.
Yeah.
You might want to do something.
Yeah.
Because it's been going on. What you do this weekend?
Absolutely. So, on Saturday, we had Black History Saturdays. That happens every second Saturday of the month at Edgereg Youth and Family Fun Center.
Right.
It was a loaded, packed class, as always. All classes were full. And we had great meals.
Right.
You missed out on breakfast, but breakfast and lunch were both amazing.
I know. And it was shrimp and grits too.
I know.
You missed it. There. No, I went to prayer. I told the Lord about it. I said, Lord, and they did that for me. Shrimp and grits. It's my favorite in some way, somehow. But I was trying to get some other stuff done.
Exactly.
We had stuff going on at the event center, had some stuff going on at home. Like I say, it was a vibe on Saturday.
Man, multiple irons in the fire.
Definitely in North Tulsa.
Yeah. Yes. And so then also the Terrence Crutcher Foundation had their day of service and community appreciation.
Right.
Right up there in North Point. So that was pretty good. I mean, we got to go up and I did not get any food from Sugar Bear, so I'm kind of upset about that. But I did get to see people. I did get to take pictures, got some video and stuff. So we still had a good time.
You did better than me because I chased Sugar Bears from North Point all the way down to MLK like Apache. Because when I was pulling up, he was leaving, and he didn't see me out the review mirror. I was waving,
and he was like,
and
nope.
he was still rolling. But when I got back, I had some family and friends there, so they got me a little sandwich. You know what I mean? Put it on the bread. They looked out for you, boy. But shout out to the Terrence Crutcher Foundation, Dr. Tiffany Crutcher. Dad was out there, little Terrence. He was all the sisters, all the vendors, the partners, the family, the friends. You got the shirt on.
I do have the shirt on.
You look at how mine on. I would be flexing
my TC
on here.
Today.
I'll bring it in next week. I'll bring it in next week. But I just shout out to when I'm there, it just says a lot because we understood where they started from.
Yeah.
And to see it to just develop and just morph into what it is now, I think is outstanding because I know that they own the building. So you're not just out there having an event. We own the event. We out here doing this, the stage, the DJ. It was good. It was good.
Shout out to Divine Nine for showing up.
Yeah.
They always gonna pull up. Now they might not stay for long, but they gonna pull up.
That's how you don't do that.
Listen, I can't talk because I was one in the number, so I was in and out.
They said put that on you, don't put that on them. The Divine Nine, we show up and we show out.
We also were able to, so after I did all that, so I done went to Black History Saturdays, went over to Terrence Crutcher Foundation. My granddaughter had a cheerleading game.
Oh man.
today or on Saturday. And so I went to watch the third grade football team, and they actually won by 1 point.
Congratulations.
Yes, you know, I've been
Congratulations.
talking about them, so they got it together
Yeah.
on this game. And my little granddaughter did a phenomenal job cheering. So shout out to Miss Karma. She did great.
I might come to the next game because I told you now I love the kids, but if you go 0-10,
Okay,
I might not show up. No, I'm just playing. I understand what I'm just saying. It's a little different kind of clap. You know what I'm talking about? But I am glad. I told you, give them a little time.
Yeah, give them a little
So
time.
they won and two.
About the third or fourth game.
I said about the third or fourth game.
You did say
because
it.
Football is
they
different
won.
than basketball and baseball. Because in football, they knock your helmets off. They talk crazy to you. So you don't really know if you want to play football till you play 2 or 3 or 4 games. Now they're doing good. So congratulations.
They won.
To
They
Karma
won.
and Cayenne and 18.
Yes.
That's a good win. I just went on with the rest of my day and tried to get out of the heat. I mean, because let me tell you something, it was 199,000 degrees.
Not 99,000. Yeah.
Boy, it got hot and real fast.
No, it did. It absolutely did. But the highlight, I think, of my day was Terrence Bud Crawford.
Come on.
I did my post that said, I'm rolling with Omaha.
You rolling with Omaha.
I said it before we even got started.
Right.
And what happened? My boy pulled through.
Man,
he did that.
Man.
Yeah, so I am so excited. Bud became the first male fighter to be the undisputed champion across 3 weight classes in the 4-belt era. So he actually won all of Canelo's. Canelo actually had to relinquish all of his belts from the 168-pound set. And so I'm like, you know what? He did that. He ain't got the ring too.
He ain't got the ring. He got the whole thing. Yeah. You know what? I won't even say Bud technically was the underdog, but the way the story unfolded,
he was
the underdog his whole life.
Yes.
And to see what God can do, because you see, when he got the belt, he said it. I didn't say it. He said, I give all the glory and the thanks to God.
Amen.
Because God set this up.
Set it
up. And look at this. And this God do it like this sometime. It might be a surprise to y'all.
Yeah.
But it's not a surprise to me.
He knew.
With me and my God. And that's in front of millions.
The world. Yeah.
So every now and then you got to get that win. So shout out to him. We got a lot of family in Omaha.
Yeah, so Franchelle is on here right now. She said, Omaha. Come on, bud. Now she's over in Kigali, Rwanda right now, but she's watching us and she is from Omaha.
Right.
You know, it's so funny because until a few years ago, I was like, is Black people in Omaha? But now I know. You know, so now I'm a fan, you know, so shout out to, we're so excited for our Omaha family.
Right.
We can't wait to see our friend Mayor John Ewing over there. You know, I hear that they're going to plan a celebration, so maybe we can get down to the celebration.
Man, if they're going to do a parade, I'm going to be in it. I'm going to be in it
not
somewhere.
There, you're going to be in it.
Look. How long I've been telling you about Bud, though?
Oh, yeah, you've been telling me. And we actually got to go and see his gym the last time we were there. So
in Omaha and stuff. So I love to see people win.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna say, in this season, let's celebrate each other.
Yes.
You know, because you up next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't get mad, don't get jealous, don't get envy. Let's continue to celebrate this young man because he put the work in and he deserves it.
Yes, absolutely. And so then on Sunday, look, I'm telling y'all, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot going on in Black Wall Street. Sunday, we had the amazing opportunity. This is probably a once in a lifetime opportunity, something that just fell in our laps. And we had Maya Angelou's great grandson, Brandon Johnson, stop by our NYCU.FM studio, and we did an interview with him. Now, first of all, me and Corey D were stuck on the fact that we didn't even know Maya Angelou had kids because she did a great job of, you know, keeping them secluded. But to know that she had one child and then that child had one child, which now has 2 children. And so we got to see, to meet with her great grandson and to interview him and talk to him about what it was like being the great grandchild of Maya Angelou. You know, I mean, that is amazing, you know, and I can tell you, he is a sharp young man.
Right.
He is about to do some great things for her legacy and, you know, just carrying on the family name. They have a foundation called Cage Bird Legacy.
Right.
And so he's going to be doing some great things. Some of the things he couldn't talk about on air, but he was able to share with us off air. And so I'm excited to see what happens and what becomes of that. But now we got us another friend.
Because I can tell you, I often think about her, Damali. To be honest, I often think about her. I'm from Arkansas. You know, she's from Stamps, Arkansas.
Yes.
And the call, like you said, his friend called me. He came out of California. He was like, hey, one of my friends, he came down. He's Dr. Maya Angelou's grandson. Can they come on your radio show? Can they come on the radio show?
Like, what?
Absolutely.
Yes.
But he came in. He was humble. He was a great kid. So him and his sister going to work that out. I'm not going to get too far into it.
Yes.
But just know big things that happen. But I did love how he talked about how she would come to his school and read books to the kids.
Yes.
And he would just be a kid in the class.
And the Legos, how she would bring him Legos all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then everybody would be going crazy and he would be looking like, wait, why y'all doing this? Are people chasing her to the car? Like, what y'all doing to my grandma? Leave my grandma alone.
Gigi Ma.
Why y'all mess with my Gigi Ma? And then he said, we'll be at the White House and stuff because he's like 8, 9. So he don't really know what's going on.
Magnitude.
But he said that he eventually figured it out that his G-Ma was a huge deal, and she is. So we'll keep y'all posted on that. We could go on and on, but we'll plug it right there because we got a huge show today. We got a special guest that's live in studio. She didn't send a representative. She came in herself, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so we got one more thing to say before that. We want to give a huge congratulations to everybody who went and voted at the levittfoundation.org for us to be able to make it into the final round for the live music grant. We are so excited because Tulsa ended up being in the top 50.
Top 50.
And, so at one point, I think when Ed was on, Ed Shara, who we had on a couple of weeks ago, we were like at 41 or something like that. Guess what, guys? We kept pushing. You guys kept voting. We ended up being 29.
29.
Moving up to be 29. So with all that said, by the time it was all said and done at 7:00 on Friday or on Monday, we were in the top 50.
Exactly.
So now the prayers come in. So I need all my prayer warriors. I don't know where y'all at, but I need to make sure that y'all get on y'all knees because November 18th is when they announce what communities are actually going to receive the grant.
Right.
And we are definitely in the running. So we need to, it's not over yet. We need to keep praying that we actually get that. But yeah, so that's going to be $120,000 that Tulsa would receive for a series of over 3 years for a series of free outdoor concerts. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we get that. So thank you guys, everybody who went and voted. You guys did a phenomenal job. Historic Greenwood Main Street was the lead on that application for the grant, and we appreciate all the work that you did. So hey, let's keep praying.
All right, let's get y'all this Black History Trivia question, then we'll take a break, and we'll be back with our special guest. Black History Trivia question is
Black History Trivia. So in 1934, what African American entrepreneur purchased 47 acres of beachfront property in Horry County, South Carolina, and created the Black Pearl of South Carolina? Was it A, George Washington Carver? Was it B, O.W. Gurley? Was it C, George Tyson? Or was it D, J.B. Stratford?
Man, Damali, you sure can know how to make a brother feel. Man, because you be feeling like, I need to know this. I'm supposed to know this. Right. I am an African American. And I do not know the answer to this question. So for me, if for nobody else, can you read that one more time? I'm going to go into my thinking box.
One more time.
And see what I can come out with. Yeah, read that one more time.
One more time. Okay, Black History Trivia. In 1934, what African-American entrepreneur purchased 47 acres of beachfront property in Horry County, South Carolina, and created what is known as the Black Pearl in South Carolina? Was it A, George Washington Carver? Was it B, O.W. Gurley? Was it C, George Tyson? Or was it D, J.B. Stratford?
I'm not getting no love on the live. Now, we got a couple thousand people.
AJ said D.
AJ?
And Jeremiah said D.
Oh, they both said D?
AJ.
That's hard. Jeremiah. That's two of the veterans right there. They're the historians. They both said D?
They both said D.
Man, the last 2 weeks.
Ain't nobody else said nothing.
You know what? I've been following the crowd for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And coming up short.
Okay.
So this week, I'm going to go out on my own. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Hold on. Who is this? Richard Fournay said B.
Ooh, now I'm really confused.
Franchelle said C. Okay. And
what did Franchelle say?
Franchelle said C.
Oh, she in Africa. Give me C. She in Africa. She in Rwanda. So no, she right by the ancestors. She down by the motherland. And I can see Franchelle was doing this in the spirit. I said, oh, she said C.
Uncle Brian said D.
Yeah, give me C. I'm going with the. Yeah, she down there. She in the motherland. I'm going with Franchelle. Thanks. I
All
know
right.
it's so that's good. So I tell
Okay.
you, we're gonna take a break, and while we take this break, y'all let y'all answers continue to come in. And when we come back, we're gonna get to our special guest that is live in studio. KBOB 89.9 FM News you can use. Charles and Damali coming up next is a women conference coming to town. Y'all get ready for it.
Yes.
Is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as spring break camp, summer camp, after school. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
KBOB 89.9 FM News you can use. Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back. You guys continue giving us your answers for the Black History Trivia question, but we are going to move on. Oh, Mom said D. I see you, Mama.
D.
I got you. And so we're going to go ahead and move on. So we have a special guest in studio.
Yes.
There's a women's conference coming to town, and she is going to share some information. So we have in studio Miss Lawana Daly, Minister Lawana Daly.
Minister,
Let me put some respect
put a
on
title
that
on there.
name.
There you go.
Okay.
Upgraded a little bit.
Exactly. Minister Lawana, how are you?
Great. Yes, and that was on the Black History. Look, I'm trying to get my thoughts together.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm right on the answer.
What's your answer?
My answer is C.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
C.
So
got
we'll
you.
see how that goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how that
But
goes.
she put hers in the hat.
I did. I want to
Yes.
make sure. But I am doing amazing. I'm so glad this is hump day, as y'all mentioned.
It is.
Listen, this is the time that I just kind of refresh and renew. It's not Monday and it's not Friday.
That
Right there.
part.
Listen, I'm
In the
all
middle.
right.
Go.
Right there in the
Go.
middle.
There
Yeah.
you
So
go.
I'm doing great. Thank you for
Yes.
having me. I feel honored to be here.
All right, let's do this. We got a lot of people on the live. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got a lot of secret listeners, but Franchelle, of course, she's in here. Uncle Brian is in the building.
Hey, Uncle
Chantel
Brian.
is in the building.
Hey, sis.
Natasha's in the building.
Hey,
Mr.
Latasha.
Energizer out of the Rock is in the
AJ.
building, and many, many others. I'm gonna come back to the live, I promise y'all. But we want to get into this special segment we got going on.
Yes.
So, Miss Dr. Minister Lawana, I upgraded it
Hey, yeah,
again.
you got a doctor on there, girl. You doing good.
We got so many people on here, local, national, international. First, let's just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Lawana Daly, and I was I'm born and raised right here in Tulsa.
Born and
Yes.
raised in
Born
Tulsa.
and raised in
Okay.
Tulsa, and when I graduated from high school, I actually went to Atlanta. So
Okay.
I went to Atlanta for college, undergrad, and I majored in criminal justice. So I started my career in criminal justice.
Okay, criminal justice right
yeah,
here.
So,
Yes.
so I'm not in criminal justice anymore.
Me either.
But,
But
but one of the things that I really enjoy is just helping people, and that's
Mhm.
why I went into that particular industry.
Yeah.
Then I went to get my master's in human relations organizational studies, again to help people in
I like that.
organizations and to really help understand how people react and how people connect with other people,
Right.
so they can live and operate in their fullest potential.
Mhm.
So I love to encourage people. I love to inspire them. I love
Right.
to motivate. I love to,
Yes.
empower others, because I feel like God gives us a purpose. And in order to
Mhm.
operate in that purpose, you have to have a level of confidence. And that's something that I love being able to just to bring out of people.
Right.
Mhm.
I got to ask you this because
Yeah.
I've been in Tulsa for 25 years.
Mhm.
You know, wow. I
Okay.
just thought about that now. It's been a minute.
Mhm.
But anyway, a lot of people have aspirations and dream about growing up and then going to a big city like Atlanta or
Mhm.
going out to LA. You did it.
I did.
So I'm just going to ask you, because sometimes be a lot of young people on, how is that like being from Tulsa? And I'm going to take my
Yes.
skills and gifts and talents to the ATL Chocolate
Hot
City.
Atlanta.
Hot
Listen,
Atlanta.
first of all, I had never been to Atlanta. Number
You
one,
had
I
never
had
been.
never been to Atlanta. And coming from Tulsa, I was actually the only Black female in my high school in my graduating class.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
gotcha.
So going
Yeah.
from there, it's Holland Hall here in
Uh-huh,
Tulsa, I was
Right.
the only Black female, and I went to an HBCU,
Right.
Clark Atlanta University.
Right.
It was definitely a culture shock, but
Right.
I absolutely loved being around
Yeah.
my folks. I
Right.
love being able to see other people that were in the same process as me, just trying to get it, trying
Yeah,
to get
trying to
our
figure it
degrees,
out.
There you go.
trying
Yeah.
to figure it out. And so to me, that was just I tell people that I was born and raised in Tulsa, but I grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because when
Gotcha.
I left here, I was 18 years old. And then when I
Right.
came back home, I was 30 something with kids. So I literally grew
Mhm.
up
Right.
as an adult, as a young lady. I had my friends, my circle that really taught me some things that I didn't learn while I was here being raised in Tulsa. So I'm
Right.
just very grateful for that time that I was there. Loved it. Loved the, just the atmosphere, the culture.
Yes.
And I said I was never coming back to Tulsa.
See, don't tempt
That's
God.
something.
But listen, what
Uh-oh.
had happened
What
was
happened? There you go.
what had happened was
Yes,
I
yeah.
came on back. But
Okay.
I'm great. I'm glad to be back.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So you have this amazing conference, and I
Yes.
just kind of, have been looking at the flyer and the folks that you have coming. And I'm like, ooh, this
Yes.
is
It's
a
about
must
to
see, a
happen.
must
Yes.
be in the building.
Absolutely.
Tell the folks a little bit about this conference and what it means.
And maybe
Yeah.
how it came about. If you wanna
Absolutely.
say-
So I would definitely say it was a vision. So
Mm.
it
It's
a
was
vision,
nothing
okay.
that I had thought about doing things like over the course of my years and just being able to impart into people. I've done networking events. I've done
Yes.
book discussions. I've done
Right.
speaking because that's what I do. I facilitate, I train, I do all of those different things. But in this season, I had just finished some like school of ministry at the church that I attend. And in this particular season, God would say, go higher.
Oh,
And go
okay.
deeper and go
Mhm.
bigger. And that was a little scary because I was like, oh yeah, let me do this little book discussion.
Yeah,
There you go.
Let me do this. And I was like, no.
No.
That's
You was putting
not
limits on it.
Higher.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was comfortable. That's what I've been
Right.
doing. That's what I have been doing.
Right.
Right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
so no, it was like, no, go bigger, go
Mhm.
higher, go do something. And I got it.
Mhm.
And so one of the
Mhm.
things I've understood is that when you have a vision, God provides. He
Amen.
gives you the provision
There
for
you go.
whatever that vision is.
Mhm.
And when I was thinking about just kind of topics, I was reading this book, The Deborah Anointing, and when and the author is Dr. Michelle McWalters.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And when I was reading it, the first few pages really touched me because it talked about how women wear different hats and how we're doing so much and how we
Right.
have to start walking in the boldness and the authority and the authority of who we are in God. And I literally just started it just really impacted me spiritually.
Right.
Right.
So I was able to just think about that, have different conversations with other women. And that's again, God was like, go higher. Like, because I started like the book discussion.
There you
I
go.
was okay with it.
Yeah.
And no, it was not, that wasn't it.
Yes.
And so the vision came. I have a couple of speakers. I mean, it's just going to be amazing. When I saw Jacqueline Carr in the vision, it was just like, how we going to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask
How
you
we gonna
this.
do this, Lord?
Just something because of course it's the women conference.
Yes.
And your testimony, just in how you was here and left and all that, it's a lot to that.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot to that.
Right,
You,
right.
you know, you can feel it's a lot to that. But I'll ask you this
Yes.
question just to
Absolutely.
get your response. So being a woman,
Mhm.
being a sister
Mhm.
in today's time, you talk about the many hats.
Mhm.
So on a scale of
Mhm.
1 to 10, 10 being super heavy, 1 not being that heavy, how heavy is that crown that sisters wear, all over this country every day, just trying to do their part for their family, for the
Yeah.
community, for their job? Because I don't think people understand that. How heavy is that crown,
Mhm.
and what does it take to even carry it?
Well, I think it depends on the person because
Right.
it's all about your perspective and how you see heaviness.
That's right.
Correct.
That's
So
right.
if you think of it, I have an opportunity to wear these hats, then it won't seem like a burden because you're
Right.
operating in
Mhm.
purpose, right?
Mhm.
Right.
If you look at it as, oh my gosh, I have to do all of these things. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this.
Oh, okay.
It's going to seem like a burden. So that'll be at the level of 1. And so for me, when you operate in purpose, which I tend to do, right?
Mhm.
Right.
It's not where I have to do these things. I get to do these things.
Mhm.
It's a
And
difference.
so for me, it's not such of a heaviness. It's not much of a weight. I feel very honored to carry the
Mhm.
mantle, to carry
Yes.
this opportunity to enhance the kingdom.
Yeah.
Right.
That's an honor to me.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so when I think about people being burdens or having that burden, it's because you're not operating in the space that you're supposed to operate in.
I like that.
You know what
Damali,
I'm
what you
saying?
think about that? You
so
see that?
no, she is absolutely correct, and that is spot on.
Yeah.
When you feel like that what you're doing is your purpose,
Right.
and is your reasonable service,
Absolutely.
right? Then
Right.
you don't feel like it's a burden.
correct.
You just make your way through life doing what you do.
Right.
And because there are often times when I look back on it and or when we're having conversation and people are like, well, how did you do all that?
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? all I can attribute it to is the Lord, because I really don't
Absolutely.
even know
That's
when
it.
we're talking, it don't even make sense that I could have done all that.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
It
Right.
doesn't.
So yes, you're right, spot on with
Correct.
with that analogy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, to me, it's just, like I said, it just feels like an honor to be able
Yeah.
to serve the
Yes.
people.
Yes.
And it took me a process to get to that, right?
Mhm.
Because
Right.
when you're trying to figure out purpose and you're trying to figure out this thing, and once your purpose is revealed to you, the way in which you do it changes, but your
Yeah.
purpose doesn't change.
Exactly.
And so just navigating through those spaces
Mhm.
is, I would say, definitely can seem like a challenge, but in the process, you say, and you figure out, what am I learning in the process? What is God
Right.
trying to show me in the process? And then you just kind of just get that and just keep on moving, putting one foot in front of the other, keep it moving. That's
Yeah.
what I say all the
Hey,
time.
Patricia Griffin says, tell my daughter LaWanna I said hello.
Hey,
Hey.
Miss P.
Yes.
Hey.
So if I am someone who is listening to this broadcast,
Mhm.
why should I attend this conference?
Yeah, so the conference is going to be an experience where we're going to not even just show you, but activate
Mhm.
the power that's within you.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
the Deborah Anointing Conference, and a lot of people don't talk about Deborah because I don't know if it's just they don't know, or it's just a story that's not always talked about. But
Right.
she wore so many different hats,
Mhm.
and she walked in the authority, and she walked in the boldness, but she was also a prophet.
Mhm.
And when the time was, she was a leader of the Israelites, and so in that time, it wasn't men that were leading at that.
Mhm.
I mean, it wasn't women that were leading; it was mostly men.
Right.
And so for her to have that position, I want to activate that into women and create this atmosphere where people can come in and be transformed
Yes.
and really get that inner power activated through the word of God, through the spirit of God. And I think this is I know that this is very strategic because of the people that are coming.
Mhm.
Right.
The speakers that are coming. I have a couple of speakers, one from Molly Hart, she's the Brave group.
Right.
She's coming to speak. And then I also have Pastor Tiffany Edwards from Houston. When God showed me these people, I was like, okay, I need one more speaker. I need one.
Right.
No,
Mhm.
this is what I showed you. This is it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And
Yeah.
so
Okay.
when
This
he's
what you got.
intentional, this is what I got. So when he's intentional about those things, they need to be in the room, because you're not going to leave the same way.
Right.
This is not just
Right.
another conference. This is not just another event that's happening here in Tulsa. No, you're going to leave there activated, because we need women right now that are in the presence of God, walking in the presence of God, in
Yes.
communities, in their organizations, to be bold in their speech, to take authority over whatever's happening in their lives, and to make sure that they're operating in the way that God has called them to operate.
Damali.
That's why they need to be in the room.
Yes.
Damali, I just signed up. Then I remember I'm a man. I'm a woman. I can't go. So I'm gonna work the
Not your
door.
conference.
I'm gonna serve food. I'm gonna do the valet or something. But for you, man, I feel it. I'm like, I want to go. I signed up. Y'all
Absolutely.
take that registration down.
Absolutely.
But Damali,
Absolutely.
what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that it is time. I think that we do need to have something that is catered to us presenting ourselves in a higher light.
Mhm.
You know
like
what I
that.
mean? I think that we do get bogged down, as women, and especially if you're a single parent
Correct.
or you get bogged down with the
Life.
lifing.
Yeah, life
You
be
know?
life.
Yeah.
It
And
does.
so you get bogged down with that, and sometimes you got to feed your spirit.
You do.
So I think that this is going to be an amazing conference.
Mhm.
There's also somebody else that's coming to the conference.
Listen,
Uh-oh.
Minister Jacqueline Carr.
Okay. Yes.
Let
It's parked right there.
listen, we
Yes.
gonna
You
sit
can
it right
park right
there.
there,
Just
yeah.
sit, yes,
We're
just
gonna
let that
sit it right
marinate.
Park it right there.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is her. I believe this is her first time being in Tulsa.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Okay.
And again, when God showed me her,
Mhm.
and I reached out, I initially did not reach out to her and
Right.
her team.
Mhm.
I tried to go around. I tried to go to other people. Her team was the only one that responded.
Whoa.
Meant to be.
So I said, okay, so we doing this. We're
Uh-huh.
doing this.
Yeah.
And so just to talk with her team and just to see the things I've watched her from when she was about 13, 14 years old. And
Mhm.
I've seen how she has grown in her ministry, and in just how she has just grown in her prophetic.
Right.
And in order, I'm not gonna say just for her to be there, it's going to be a powerful movement. And
Right.
I'm just even praying that God just does something in all of us,
Right.
not just the people that's attending, but even for her. God,
Yes.
wants to elevate her. God wants to elevate her in whatever whatever God is showing her. So I'm just really excited, and it's going to be amazing.
So Tanisha Scott says, I am so ready.
Oh yeah.
Yes, she is ready. And Natasha Mitchell gave you the fire sign.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Keisha said, I got my ticket already.
Uh-oh.
People ready.
And you will be able to pay at the door. So don't think that you have, if you don't have it today,
Mhm.
it's okay. You'll be able to pay general admission at the door. So until we sell out.
Okay, so tell everybody when and where.
Yep. So it's going to be this coming Saturday at the Tulsa Renaissance Hotel at 4 p.m.
Mhm.
right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma from 4 to 7. And I just want to see you in the house.
Yes.
Right.
We do have a few VIP tickets that are still available, and they will be available at least until Friday.
Okay.
So if you want your VIP ticket, go ahead and go online, LaWanaDaily.com, get your ticket. And I would love to see you there.
And my last thing I say, Arkansas is on here, Texas is on here, Missouri is on here. Some of these bordering states, go ahead and invite them to come on
Yeah.
across that
they're
state
invited.
line. They're invited.
Absolutely. I can invite her. Yeah, California.
California,
They wanna come.
Atlanta,
Listen,
Mississippi.
come on.
Listen, yes, because this is a movement. Like
Right.
Tulsa's not going to be the last. This is the beginning.
Right.
This is the beginning of Woman Full of Power.
Mhm.
And this is not the last event. There's going to be different events even in between the next conference. So those are going to be ways to connect. We're going to just connect with ministry, mentorship, and again, this is a movement. So it's not
Yes.
a one and done.
Yes.
And we're going to keep it moving.
Well, we hope to see you back
Yes.
to let us know
Absolutely.
what's coming up next,
I sure will be back.
and all the in-betweens. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right. And we'll take a break. We're going to take a picture. We're going to post everything, all the details, the links that need to go. Make sure you pull up in Tulsa. It's the place to be.
Yes.
All roads leads to Tulsa, to the Renaissance.
Tulsa
Okay.
Renaissance.
This Saturday
Yes.
This
at
Saturday,
4 p.m.
4
We're
p.m.
going to see y'all there. I'm going to be
Thank you.
working ballet, so just leave me a couple dollars. KBOB 89.9
People
FM. News you can use, Charles and Damali. Thanks so much for coming in. We'll be right back, y'all. We got Pastor Rodney Gray, and he got on the Kango, I think. We'll be right back, y'all.
and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and give a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening. KBOB 89.9 FM. Oh yes, it's bingo night. Bingo! And the money right. Bingo. It's bingo night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Every first and third Tuesday, starting February 4th, it's bingo night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo night. Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 At 8 p.m. Game pack starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo night. Grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo nights every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements.
KBOB 89.9 FM News you can use. Charles and Damali.
And
Damali.
we are back.
Minister LaWanna Daly. My goodness. The women's conference is coming Saturday.
This Saturday,
Renaissance
4 o'clock
Hotel.
p.m. So for those of you who don't have anything scheduled to do, hey, this is a great thing.
They offered me a plate. They're gonna give me a plate to do security. They're gonna give me something for breakfast, something for lunch, and they're gonna supply me snacks. And for that alone, I will park your car.
Right.
I even go wipe your shoes off when you get out your heels. So all your red bottoms out there, y'all come on Tulsa. We got y'all. Great segment. Great segment. All right, Damali, we got a friend, a family, a cousin, a partner, a spiritual advisor, pastor, bishop, apostle,
all that in
local,
one.
national, international, friends for life. None other than Pastor Rodney Gray is in the building, y'all.
Yes, absolutely.
Pastor, how you been doing lately?
I'm doing great. I was going to tell you, you can call me anything you want, as long as it's not late for dinner.
Man, a lot of people don't know, Damali, man, we go back with Pastor Gray since we started in community.
I know.
And that's why I love when we get together, because this is a real family affair. Because when we started at EdgeRec and the first program came in, it was Youth at Heart.
Yep.
It was Pastor Gray with 3 van loads full of kids. It was us still trying to figure it out. He said, I'm going to give y'all a chance. But he trains our staff, for our spring break camps and summer camps and all of that stuff. Great man of God, man, great leader. Been in Tulsa, but instead of me going too far into it, we got so many people on. I'll pause and say, Pastor Gray, just tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you went to school, something, so they'll know who you are.
Well, like you said, I'm family.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah,
absolutely. First and foremost.
Yeah. Now I'm originally from D.C., Washington,
D.C.
Yeah, the capital city.
The chocolate city. The chocolate city. There you go.
Yeah. Back in the day, that's what we was.
Right.
About 70%. 70%.
Right.
Yeah. Now it's a little mixed, but that's all right.
Washington, D.C. Well, how in the world did you get to Tulsa from Washington, D.C.?
By air, by
plane, train, and automobile.
Plane, train, a buggy, a horse, and everything else to get here.
Yeah, but I started out in D.C. in federal government, and the Lord put this call on my life for ministry.
Right.
And so for equipping, the Lord sent me here, and I went to Oral Roberts to get my master's. And I haven't been able to leave. That was back in 1986.
So you might as well forget about it now.
I am. The first few years, I said, I'm not going to be here long. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I ain't going to buy no house. I'm just going to rent
it for a little bit.
And I'm going to listen to God's voice. And I'm on the first thing smoking back home.
Oh my God.
That was, like I said, 86. And
is that like 40 years?
40 years next year. I graduated in 86.
When I said it, he didn't thought about it.
I must have came here. I was 5 years old.
Right. So wait a minute, y'all trying to do some numbers on me now.
Yeah. But yeah. So I wasn't married at the time. I said, well, look, I ain't gonna be dating here because I'm gonna get my lady from back home.
Back home, right.
So then when I finally realized I wasn't moving, I bought my house, and the next thing the Lord said, hey, there's your wife over there.
Right.
So that's when I married the wonderfulest, beautifulest lady this side of the Mississippi.
There you go.
Clavetta.
Miss Clavetta. Shout out to Miss Clavetta. She might be on here in a little bit. And it's what I love about Pastor Gray is when I look at him, God's plan versus your plan.
Exactly.
Every time I hear a story, his plan leaving. I can only imagine that at that age and coming here and being here since 86. And you from DC, then you know he's in the midst of God's plan. You know what I'm talking about?
And what I say is the best place to be in the world is smack dab in the middle of God's will.
That's it.
And because I've stayed, the Lord has done. You've seen the things that God has done.
Right.
We've been to Africa as a team. It's 2 times. I've been there 4 other times to Africa, and 2 other times to Uganda where we went. And so we've done international ministry. We've taught at ORU. We did the city ministry with you guys. And the Lord directed me to start our church in 2015. And now you know what's coming next. Your pastor,
my thing,
your pastor,
look, he put it on me.
Tied my arm, all because I went to Africa with you guys. I'm in your building. He said, "Hey, you, So
come
now,
on over here."
Now we're working with the online seminary. Oh my God, we started. Did you know that?
Yeah,
we started our first class.
World Bible Theological Seminary.
We started the first class 3 weeks ago now.
3 weeks
Can't
ago.
Believe it. And so we're just going to blow that up. And excited. We're going to start at the bachelor's level, and then in about 3 years we go to the master's, and we go to the doctorate level. And, we're going boldly where no man has ever gone.
let me do this. Is Damali, and then we're gonna get into the reason why you came here today. It's rare that you get a chance to meet someone that they just have a different kind of lens on life. Just as traveling, who he is, and following God. When you talk to Pastor Gray, you got to really be thinking way outside of the box, because he don't even have a box. I don't even think he know what a box is. He what is local, national, or international. He's been back and forth through all of it. And I'm just going to say this because I know this for a fact. You have just been a huge blessing to the Tulsa community, even though you've blessed many others around the country and other nations, but you have made a huge impact, a big footprint on Tulsa. We run into kids all over the place. Rodney Gray, they don't even know you're a pastor yet. Because then you weren't the pastor yet. So just thank you for being you. Congratulations on the 10 years. 2015 is 2025 on your church and all that you do. And I just appreciate your friendship. 10 years. You said 2015. It's 2025. 10.
We'll have time.
Look, 86.
You don't think about those numbers at all, do you?
Hey, let me throw another one before we get into it. But you were talking about all the kids we've been working with.
Yes.
Shout out to them, because they ain't kids no more.
Grown with kids.
Grown.
My God. And some of them got kids and grandkids. I can't believe they're almost as old as I am. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, wow.
But can you believe this? Youth at Heart next year will be celebrating 50 years.
That's what I'm saying.
50 years.
50
years. We're calling all of them our way. We're going to do something at the Gathering Place in June of next year. A big thing where we've got kids that came through the program that they got their own salons, their own barber shops, accounting firms, you name it, that are doing all kinds of things. And so we're just excited.
That is a blessing.
That we've had a
we're gonna be there.
Okay.
If y'all need a host, we'll host for y'all.
Come on,
tell everybody, y'all get over here. 50. No, I won't even say that, Damali. Not 50 years, a half a century.
Right. Yes.
It's been
now look,
century.
I wasn't there at the beginning. Okay?
So you're not that old.
I'm not. Nah.
Well, how long were you there?
I ain't telling.
He said, now you all up in my business.
Because I know it's a significant amount of time. But anyway, we want
87 I started.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Started with 87.
And I saw how we was in the trenches, and I seen how it just continued to elevate. It's just each stage. You had to have a founder, somebody with the vision. You keep building. But no matter when you look at it, you had a foundation of it. God brought other people along, and it just grew together. And now, half a century later, we're gonna celebrate at the Gathering Place next year in June. We're gonna be there.
Come on now.
We're gonna be there.
I was thinking, because we had our meeting today. We was talking about things, and the Lord kept saying Damali and Charles.
Oh gosh, the things they get me caught up in. You know what? You guys. I don't know if you guys have heard this story. I remember us telling this story, but Pastor Gray is the reason why I almost got left in Africa. When we went to Africa the first. No, he's not. He actually gave up his seat. I was the first person who did all of my information to get on the plane, and for some reason they didn't have it, and he kind and so graciously gave up his seat so he can stay there and see the monkeys.
And I suffered. I suffered for a day and a half.
Yes.
I don't know if people even if you don't do international travel, you don't know that the magnitude of when somebody will give you their seat to go back to your state, to stay to work out whatever the issue is.
Yeah.
And gladly, like he looked, because as soon as you should have saw Damali eyes when they said, "We do not have a ticket for you."
I was like, what?
And see, look, I already knew right then, not only was it going to be one person stuck, I knew I couldn't go. Can you imagine me coming back to Tulsa and telling Damali mom she's still in Africa? I mean, I said, that ain't going to work. So she was stuck. I said, dang, I'm stuck in Africa. We both. I can't go back. But then Pastor Grace said, I see the worry. But the Lord sent me to be a blessing. And he stayed, and had fun. But that's huge.
We had to suffer and come back in first class.
I'll say this, and we'll get to it because we're gonna talk about it. For my birthday, I was turning 50.
Right.
And people don't know this, but probably for 10, 15 years, I was like, man, I want to get to Africa before I turn 50.
Yep.
You got to speak things. And I've been saying it. And now my birthday was coming up like 3 or 4 months out.
Mhm.
And I said, it don't look like the motherland is in reach right now. But I was like, you never know. I still believe I get to Africa. I went to go get a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
And see, it pays to be nosy. So they gossiping and I'm being nosy.
Even talking to you.
I'm ear hustling, whatever you want to call it. And he was like, man, we got to go to Africa. We putting it together.
And you said Africa.
And then I just went over there. And since I kind of know, I was like, hey, Pastor Graham, I'm trying to act a friend. Hey, best friend in the world. How everybody doing? How the wife? I'm doing all that when really I just want to ask them. You know how people call you. They want something.
Like,
they don't
what
just,
is
what do you want? Keep me on the phone for an hour.
Okay.
And he said he's going to. I said, man, you should think about maybe letting me and Damali go. And kind of, he was like, I could tell the way he responded was like, you really want to go? I was like, I really want to go. And
really about to do it?
We did this, but you really about to do it? And then he said, well, if you really want, I said, I really want to go. I got outside. I said, Damali, we might be going to Africa.
No, he didn't. That's not what he said. He called me and said, hey, Damali, guess what? We going to Africa. I'm like, what? I thought you was getting a haircut.
We get ready for your birthday party. We might, but my birthday's supposed to be in Africa, so we going. Pastor Grace said we can. And man, we start fundraising, doing the things we need to do. Yeah. But see, he didn't tell me about all them shots, Damali. See, he didn't know that I don't like shots.
Right.
Like, Charles, you know you're going to get about 10, 15 shots. But you have to make your mind up when you're going to travel international that you got to go with the flow. Because you're going to have to take pills. By any means necessary. You're going to have to take shots. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to do everything. But I was there at the time. I said, Lord, whatever I got to do to get to the motherland of Africa, I'm going to do it. So, Pastor Gray, thank you for taking up my offer. Because now we've been to Africa twice.
Yes.
Man, we served a lot of kids over there. We've been there in the village. We've scholarship kids. We've built houses and built church and did floors and just ran and fellowship.
What's left to build? What's left to build?
So wait, before you tell this, how are you feeling with your daughter getting married?
Oh my God.
I know. She was so beautiful.
I told her, I said, now why wasn't I consulted?
Oh, okay. Yes, there's a conversation that needs to be had.
Yes. She said, oh, daddy.
She was a beautiful bride.
She was.
Oh my God.
Stunning.
Yes.
Oh my OMG.
I know. I just saw the new video that came out. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday or something? Oh my God. Amazing.
And her husband, he looks like he looks on top of his game. He has to be with my daughter.
You gotta check everybody. You gotta check everything.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not going. You ain't got time to get ready. You gotta be ready.
Exactly.
Right.
Let's do this. We got a lot of people on the live, man. Thousands of secret listeners in. Natasha, good. Mr. hanging in. Francelle, she's in Rwanda right now. We stopped in Rwanda.
Get out of here.
No, she's on right now live.
Okay. She's in Kigali.
She's there right now. Uncle Brian, thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
Then we also have many other. Miss Ernestine Broom said, hello, my children, pray for me. I am in rehab this week. We are praying for you. We love you. We miss you. And if you need us to come by and bring you something, hey, just let us know. We'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pastor Gray. Okay. You see how we family.
Yes.
But it's a reason and it's a purpose why we're here. And what is that purpose and reason, Pastor?
Because we're trying to figure out what we need to build next.
Okay.
There you go. That's exactly what it is.
And the most logical thing.
Okay.
The most logical thing would be a school.
Amen.
Would be a school.
Amen.
Because what we've been doing is raising money, sending over to help Pastor Caperi, Stephen Caperi over there, help him scholarship kids into school. We've been doing that. We've sent money over a couple of times. I think we got up to 77 kids that we've sent money over for. And you've been doing it long before as you pulled us into this. So I don't know how many kids you guys have on your tab over there.
Let me check this out. And since the time we've been to Africa twice, because I know he's gonna pick this up and run with it. Mm-hmm. Damali and I are now developers.
Yeah.
You know, we actually got a development that
Mhm.
we going to start in January.
Yes.
And then friend Shell is also a developer, and she's already in Africa, so she's
Yes.
halfway there already.
She's doing things.
I'm just want to kind of throw those little things in there now
Yeah.
as we talk about what we're looking at doing.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
See how
I'm
God just-
talking to the right folks. then.
Right.
Hey.
Right.
Hey.
Right.
This is
Yep.
your first development.
First development. Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, you were, and it was so powerful how you were giving birthday parties for yourself, for them.
Yes.
And the gifting went straight to the kids
Right.
there in Africa. And if you recall on our both trips we went, we just saw thousands of kids
Oh my
out
God,
of the
yes.
zoo. And the last time we served over 1,000 kids meals, and we had that big festival where we had all
Right.
the kids. And in that region, it's about 1,700 of them.
Right.
Wow.
But guess how many of them are not going to school? About 1,200. 70% of them
Right.
are not in school because of the cost. Because not like here where we've got the public school option, they don't,
Mhm.
and they have to start out paying for their education, and they just can't afford it. Because where we tried to hit, because Africa, like in Uganda has some better spots where people have money, but we
Right.
went there right there in the
the
village
village, yeah.
that they are really suffering. But fortunately, they have somebody named Pastor Stephen Caperi there,
Right. Right.
and with a great vision for what God could do. And his goal is to make that village into a city.
Yep.
That's it.
And we see it well on the way
Yes.
with the establishment of the church. And he's called it Mission City Church.
Mhm.
And along with the church, he's been doing things with the adults empowerment, where remember they got a group of them that they have a co-op together where they raise money
Right.
together
Right.
and
Right.
do things together, but they educate in the community.
Mhm.
And for 15 years, he's been with his Youth for Charity mission,
Yes.
actually providing after school care where he's been working with kids. Then he's got some orphans that he's educating. And then without funds, like you said, up to about 70 kids
Mhm.
are being
Right.
scholarshiped.
Mhm.
But the problem is, even the kids that are scholarship, they've got to go 2 to 3 miles
Right.
Wow.
walking.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy walk.
So
No.
not.
Because we've been there.
Yeah.
Not
That's
an
a
easy
different kind of
walk.
walk. It's
Mm-mm.
not down
an
a
easy
sidewalk.
Mhm.
Right.
And somebody give you some lemonade. It's
Right.
not that kind
Yes.
of walk.
Nope.
Now, if they're like you and me, I started out in projects, and
Mhm.
so I didn't know I was poor.
Right. Right.
I was feeling good about myself until I went across the street and saw they lived a little different.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
So they're used to it, but if only the opportunity could be there for them
Right.
to better themselves
Mhm.
right in their community.
Mhm.
And so Pastor Caperi has a vision.
Right.
He's already got like on his property sports leagues and different
Mhm.
things. And so he's got a parcel of land now that he's dedicated for their education.
Mhm.
And so what we hope to do is partnering with them is to help them to build a 2-story school building.
Right.
And phase 1 is what we're committed to start working on right now. And they
Right.
want to start construction in November.
Mhm.
And that would be to satisfy up to 200 to 500 kids
Okay.
once they get it completed.
Right.
That's just the first level.
Mhm.
And then once they get the second level, they hope to then expand it to perhaps up to about 1,000 kids. But that's still not going to satisfy everybody,
Everything,
but
but
at least
still.
they can make a big dent
Right.
Right.
in what's happening there now. Because like I said, right now, only 30% of the population is actually in school. That's
Right.
elementary. to
I can tell you
primary
this too. When we went the last time, which was last year,
level. Mhm.
Mhm.
over
2024.
and we had the kids out, and then it was the day that they had football, but football over there is soccer.
Soccer.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all felt the
Oh,
energy.
those athletes.
It was
are
like
amazing.
7 different teams, and they came out, and then you see thousands there to watch the game.
Mhm.
It was intense for me.
It
I was
was.
like,
Yeah.
you look at that. This talking about the eye of the tiger.
Right.
I'm just saying that it's still a level of excellence to everything that they do with what
Yes.
they have, and
Yes.
that's what I love most about them. And they treat you like royalty when
Right.
you're there.
Right.
So it's not just happening. If you ever get the chance to go over when we go, man, they treat you like royalty. They take care of you, but it's a serious professional organization that Pastor Caperi runs
Right.
over there. He
Yeah,
know how to
he's putting it
take care of
together,
his
yeah.
business. It's not like something just going somewhere. When you go over there, you see where your money is going. You see the impact.
And the thing I love about it is every team that we've taken, nobody has come back and say, "Oh, that was good." They all say, "What can we do
Absolutely.
to help?"
Right.
Right.
And so, Elisa, the reason I'm even involved in this, I didn't even know about this. Elisa, my cousin, actually,
Yes.
I call her my twin. We both
twin.
born on January 4th.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's the oldest, but but anyway, she's the one that approached me because she saw the need in talking to Pastor Perry. She said, "I want right now to dedicate raising $10,000 towards this project." I said, "What?" I said, "I didn't know they needed a school. I know we were." Yeah. I said, let me get on the phone and talk to him.
Yeah.
And so she said, "Well, what we gonna do? What we gonna do?"
Yeah.
So I said, "Yo, I'm right in there."
Right.
So
Here I'm looking at our live, and Raquel says, "I want to help build in Africa.
Come
I will
on.
be in touch with you."
come on.
There you
So
go.
if we can get about 100 more people,
Come
on,
on.
to say that same
look,
thing.
Look,
Hey.
Raquel, that's my sister from
Yes,
college. I've
yes.
been knowing her since I was like 18, 19.
Well, the thing
And
is,
that's
people
family.
are jumping off of this because this is of God. And I've
Yes.
learned that, like you just start a little fire. It's just wildfire
Mhm.
because there's a legitimate need, and there are people on the ground, boots on the ground, that when we send funding there, you see what happens.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Remember,
Right.
we started out on that church, and I was proud of what we did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then I went back and saw how they beautified the school. I said,
Yes.
"What?
Right.
They
Wasn't that
even
something?
painted the church
That's
my
what I'm-
favorite color.
Purple? Come
It's
on,
purple.
hello."
The purple.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I've been there.
Hello.
And we did the
Yes.
floor,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I'm talking about when I say did the floor, I'm talking about a concrete floor
Yeah.
for
put the-
real. Like
Yeah.
it's a different. It's not
Mhm.
like here, you not just get a pretty bucket and mix it and pour it. No. This is hand
Yeah.
pouring water, digging, smoothing it out, packing it down.
And the home that we built, and see, they
Oh,
are so economical and efficient with what they do. The home they built for that man
Mhm.
Right.
is also got a room to be able to help ministers that come in to minister with them. They've got a side room.
Right.
But what I really love about it, here we are. I thought we were doing something, putting the bricks on. They have really outfit. It's got solar energy. Can you believe that?
My
See there?
God.
That's what
Yes.
And then because of the water shortage, they've got like water that'll run off into a cistern
Mhm.
to,
Right.
to
Mhm.
collect, so that they just got it all together. And then our sister, of course, Gresha, has built a well for them in that
Right.
community.
Right. Out of Alabama.
Yeah,
Pastor
they were
Gresham Lewis.
rolling miles just to get water to serve us.
Mhm.
See,
Right.
no, we got to do better than that.
Yeah.
Man.
And so I think that that's the beauty of it. I think that, whoever, first of all, if you hear from God, let's start there.
Right.
Then when you go, you always walk away with, and every person that I've known that has been connected with us going, when they walk away, it's like, what can I do? How can we impact this community? Because you just see the work that they're doing. And so for everybody who is listening on the live or watching us on the live right now, this is your opportunity. You may not be able to gather all the funds needed to travel over there and get the shots in it, because it's a whole big production
That goes
in
on
order
with
to
that.
get over there. But you can do something as small as give $100 a week, or, $25 every month, whatever you can do. Then you can do that. And we are in contact with them all the time. I'm surprised that there's nobody from Uganda on right now. I don't know where they are. They must be taking a nap.
It's probably about midnight over there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Probably
know,
about, it's
so-
the 11 because I remember we
It's
told
10,
them
it's 10 o'clock.
it's 10
Yeah,
o'clock
10
and 10
o'clock
p.m.
there,
now.
yeah.
Right, that time, 10 p.m.
So, but typically they're on the air watching the show. But this is your opportunity.
Right.
This is your opportunity to get involved and to be able to do something that's going to be beneficial for someone who I'm telling you, they are so appreciative of anything you do.
And I think
anything.
that what makes, I'll just say, the mission important is the last time we went, we took kids from KBOB.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for you
Yes.
that be looking for the radio station, another important piece, we took some youngsters from KBOB.
Yep.
We took a young lady from
McLean.
McLean. We took another young lady that went to
Two of-
Union.
two of
two
them
other
from
ones.
McLean.
Two
Yes.
from
Yes.
McLean. Two from, that's right.
Yes.
One was graduating and
Yeah.
going to the military as well. So I'm just saying that to say that even though we're here in Tulsa
Yes.
and making an impact, that you also can make an impact there.
Right.
If you can't go there,
Mhm.
like we do on the mission, you can do this and you can see the impact that's going to make.
Even our young people, when they came back and said, "What can I do next?"
Yes.
Right.
And so this is the next thing right now. And and the students too that you've been supporting, I think Pastor Perry's been giving you reports on how well they've
Right.
been.
Yeah, they're doing
advancing.
phenomenal.
And that's the one thing that I've learned when you go over there and you see the thirst and the hunger of those
Yes.
kids to learn.
Mhm.
Right.
It just makes you so excited about education.
Mhm.
I took some young people back in 2011. I took 6 young people in high school over, and they got a chance to connect with the high schoolers there,
Right.
the elementary there, and they saw the thirst of the kids there for learning. That when they came back,
Mhm.
one of my girls that was barely getting a C, because I said, you got to at least get a C. Come
Right,
on,
right,
you
right.
ain't getting on the plane with me. She came back and was getting nothing but A's and B's.
Yeah.
See there?
And she gave the report. She said, I had to start taking my education seriously when I saw
Right.
what they were doing there. Do you
Right.
know that she's what is it, CNA now?
Shut up.
See there?
Yes.
She just moved, and then and each one of them that went came back with something special that they're beginning to do in their life after that trip,
Right.
and
Right.
because of the impact
Mhm.
that it made on their lives.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
let's do this
life-altering.
because we got a lot of people in. They want to join in. They want to see how they get connected. So let's go ahead and get like to the details, timeline, and like some of the specifics of what we're asking some of the people in our audience to do or to participate.
Yeah, well, actually, we're getting ready this coming weekend to do the complete launch, to
Okay.
give,
Mhm.
and so we'll be putting that out, and then I'll be giving it to you that you can get
We
it
can
to
share.
your audience.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but right now, I'm collecting through my ministry, New Life Church of Jesus Christ,
Right.
and we can give you an address if they want to mail an offering. Right now, we just do through the Zelle.
Mhm.
Okay.
I may do a GoFundMe, and we'll see about that. And I
Okay.
don't know if you guys want to help with the collection.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
But we can figure that out how we do that. And then Elisa has some information that will be able to share to give to her directly. And the beautiful thing about Elisa, she's opened up an account that's going to be an interest bearing account, so that while we
Oh,
got
man.
it in, it's going to be,
Yes.
That's
turning on some
love.
money,
Mhm.
to help. So
And what
Yeah.
we're gonna do, because we're in like our strategic planning, and when some know, some don't know, but October is the month that most companies decide who they're gonna give to for the next year.
Yeah.
They just put it in their budget. So what we're doing, which we think is going to be good, is we're just gonna make this mission and what's going on just part of our budget that we
Okay.
do. So that way, when they give to us, that's part of what we present. We got EduRec, we got Fitting Back In, we got a Bible college, and then this is our mission that we do in Uganda.
Right.
And that way, it's a box that they can check
So
as part
make
of that.
sure that, with the school that you're supporting, that you earmark money for the dean. Okay.
I got you.
Just saying.
Hey,
Put a
just
star.
saying.
Put a
Yes.
star by. Like what that
Little
star means.
asterisk. Yeah.
Yeah, percentage of everything go to the team. I got you covered on that.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
So what we will do is we'll just wait until Saturday, the official launch, and we're gonna get the
Okay.
pictures, we're gonna get all the details, we do this thing, and we just gonna share it
That's
across
good.
all platforms. We're gonna ask everybody on the live, and when you see that, if you want to be a part of it, then respond to that, and then continue to just share it. And if you can do that, that would be very helpful.
Because they're going to need for phase 1, they'll be needing $30,000 for the construction piece. And so right now, like I said, Elisa's trying to commit to at least 10,000 of it.
Right.
But, but I'm sure they won't feel hurt
They
if
won't
we
turn
give
down.
more.
Right.
Because you don't want to know that your initial
Yeah.
construction costs in America to start.
Yeah. And look at that. Isn't that something? Just
Right.
$30,000.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
Yeah.
You can't
That's
even
not-
get a decent car now
It's
for $30,000.
it's equivalent. It's equivalent.
true.
It's equivalent to what it costs for them to go to school. $250. That's what it costs for them to be able to go to school.
And that's something.
It is,
Yeah.
and that's the difference in the money, which makes sense why to start their construction for this it's only 30,000. I have to say it that way because we're developers now.
Right.
You got to have about 300,000 to
Right.
get on the phone.
Right.
So to
Right.
be able to be a extreme blessing, then if we come together, it's not going to be a heavy lift to anybody.
Because the important thing is because we're working strategically with them, because once you get the building up, then what?
Right.
And so we've been working with them to talk about the continuity of continuing. Once you got the infrastructure in place, what is the operational cost?
That's it.
And so right now, and guess how much it's going to be expensive for the 1 year of operations. Guess how much that's
How much?
10,000.
That's it.
See, that's the difference. We developers now, so this stuff all makes sense. I know you're like For us, that's gonna be that a month.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Double.
So, and this is how I really feel. This is how I really feel. Because this is a mission I know God has given me.
Right.
So what I have in my piggy bank,
Mm-hmm.
it don't all belong to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Some of it belong to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so when we have funds, when we have things, you know, and sometimes we can't be selfish with it because there is somebody else that you have some of your resources that they need to go to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we think like that, and you can't help but be blessed when you do that.
That's
Right.
right.
What did Jesus say? Give and it shall be given to you. Pressed down,
shaking
shaken
together,
together,
Mhm.
running
running
over.
Men were given to your bosom.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
come
so, but this is a legitimate need. And the beautiful thing is, they are so responsible on their end. And we've seen it every
Mhm.
time
Right.
we
Yeah.
go back
Right.
and do a check
It's
that
more and more and
money
more.
is not wasted. It's
Mm-mm.
being used. And then when you walk through the community to see the
Man.
respect
on.
that they get,
Mhm.
it's because they're out there helping the people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing about it
Absolutely.
is they doing what they can.
Uh-huh.
So whenever we
With
come
what they
help,
have,
we
yeah.
helping with what they can't do.
Mhm.
But whatever they
Exactly.
can do is already done when you get there.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll see them getting making the bricks. We see it. They pull everything out.
Mhm.
It's amazing to see it, but they do what they can.
Mhm.
So the help they need is just for what they can't do.
Right.
You know,
right,
so-
right.
So let's AJ says, Amen, Pastor, for all the work you are doing in Africa. Whenever our NYCU.FM family goes to Africa again, even if I have to go out and turn in recycled items to earn the money to go, count me in. I'm going
There
with
you
Charles
go.
and Damali to the motherland. I want to go and help.
Now, do you hear what you're hearing right here? Yeah.
Right.
Because the first trip was the magnificent
7.
The second trip was the solid
17.
What is the next trip gonna
You
be?
see how many look, and let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. There's so much crazy stuff going on in the world. We might be all living in the village. So we might be just building a house
Build
for
a
yourself
house,
and
yes.
us. Because
In the compound.
let me tell you something. Nothing feels like home than when we in that village.
Man, love
Nothing
it.
feels like
Love
the
it.
love, the way they take care. It's like tough coming back to America, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Yeah.
When you over there where people just love on you, care for you, and all those kind of, and it's back and forth. The way you eat the food make you feel blessed. You know
Mhm.
you're healthy. Don't have all the extras. And I'm just saying that they always say, anytime you need us, this is home.
And
Welcome home.
And the beautiful thing is, whatever we give, we then become a part of that. We
Right.
become a part of the continent, actually.
Right.
Mhm.
And see, this is something. I'm crazy. I'm a dreamer.
Right.
And so early on in life, when I was even working on my bachelor degree, and I started running into people from the continent, and then I worked for an agency called Africare that was doing similar to what we're doing. They just didn't
Okay.
have the spiritual point to it, but they had a spiritual need. They were putting in wells, they were putting in health systems and stuff, and we would raise funds to help.
Right.
And so after I left there, it was like God just dropped it in my heart. It said that my mission in life is to bring the world together.
Right.
Yeah.
And so remember the first trip we had England,
yes, we
and
did.
Right.
Africa,
Mhm.
and us all came
All
together.
together.
Mhm.
Right.
And so this is just my mission. In fact, I'm going back to ORU to finish up what I started in a doctorate program in the D-Min program. And what the focus is going to be is international service.
Yes.
That's
and
it.
how
Yeah.
we can better work together and knit us together, because we're just one race of people when you
Mhm.
really think about it. We
Yeah.
all come from Adam and Eve. I don't care
Yeah.
what
Same
color.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But so what we want to do is bring us back together and help each other where we have needs. And one of the things I know I'm a talker, but let me just say this. What I learned from the trip is, and you probably can agree, I got as much out of the experience as I gave, or maybe more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
when you get connected with that, when you do that, like you said, what they feed back to your spirit about their hospitality, about the way they do things, it just really satisfied me and made me come back and want to be a better person.
Absolutely.
So what they may be lacking, we may have, but what we're lacking a lot of times they have to give
Yes.
to us.
Right.
So that whole
Absolutely.
experience is a real great dynamic.
Mhm.
Right now, you know we could keep you here all day, but we got to let you go. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to let you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I don't want to let you go now. I just want to say that, but I got to let you go. But nevertheless, Pastor Gray, like always, thanks for coming in and keeping this before the people. We join in. So this is like a family affair with us. We're going to get all the information. Like I say, we're including it in our budget as we go. We're hoping that you'll do the same and share. But before we even go, if you want somebody to follow like your church, your personal page, or other ways that all these people can connect with you, then how can they do that?
It would be New Life Church. What is it? New Life Live. Yeah, New Life Live group.
And
Got the name of it.
we're going to take a picture. We'll put it on there where it'll be the link on there. And they can just click it.
Yeah.
So we got you covered on that. We want to make sure that way they can see you because you're preaching on Sunday. They can tune into that, get a word, and just see what you do around your church because you constantly impacting the community.
Yeah, and I just want to thank, just hearing your people say that they want to connect with this, and we certainly appreciate anything that you do because this ain't mine.
Right.
It's ours.
Right.
And so we, like you said, we're family. We just want to support our brothers and sisters at the homeland. Because we know that's the homeland.
It's the homeland, the Pearl of Africa, Uganda,
that.
We're gonna take a break. AJ, don't you go nowhere because AJ came bearing gifts, and we got those gifts live in studio. And next we're gonna pull them all out. We'll let y'all see what they are. Pastor Gray, we love you. We connected with you. Remember, you guys, on Saturday or by Monday, we're going to post everything so you can hook up with the vision, with the mission, and be a part of it. And hopefully one day, like AJ said he's selling everything he got to get over to Africa. We love y'all. KBOB 89.9 FM. News you can use. Charles Damali. Pastor Gray, thank you again. We love you, man. We'll be right back, y'all, because we got some gifts from Mr. AJ.
Meets. At Edgeray, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer any of our programs at Edgeray, go to edgerecttulsa.com. Call Edgeray today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at Edgerect Tulsa. Edgerect Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry. Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvey Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packages to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use. Charles and Damali, we back, y'all.
We told you guys there's many great things happening right here in our community, and this is absolutely one of those things. So now today you've heard about a phenomenal women's conference that's going to be happening here in town, and an opportunity for you to be able to connect to the motherland.
Right. Okay, with that being said, we're going to jump into our Hump Day Hot Topics. And we're going to jump into a couple things. There you go.
All new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles.
Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is? Hump day! Hump day! It's hump day! Hey, Mike!
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Mike.
Just like that, boy.
Yes.
Look, we got a lot of secret listeners on. My assumption is it's probably because of the Hump Day Hot Topics.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking, because boy, my phone been blowing up, your phone been blowing up. We done got a million emails. We've been receiving all that because everybody been wanting to get our take on certain topics.
Yes. So as you guys know that Charlie Kirk was actually assassinated on live a few days ago. I can't even remember what day it was.
September 9th.
Okay, so he was that was on September the 9th, and it's just been a lot of controversy surrounding that from the moment it happened up until today. And so just listening to all of the stories and trying to, wrap your head around, first of all, seeing it, because that was trauma within of itself,
Right.
And I say all the time on this radio show that we have, as Americans, we've become desensitized to different things happening in the world because we just see it, so blatantly. The video was shared so many times. It was crazy. It just kept coming through my news feed, of all of this, just graphic,
Right.
horrific, just the sight of just seeing it, but then I had to go back and look, because let me tell you this, for me, I didn't even know who this guy was.
Yeah.
Until this unfortunate situation took place, I had no clue who he was. Maybe I had seen him with the president at some point in time. I don't know, but I just I really didn't know who he was. So when this happened, I was like, who is this guy?
I can tell you what it was. Number one, I just gotta say this should happen to nobody.
Nobody.
Can I just say that first? That was just so. You watch, it's like we almost desensitized to certain things. We see so many movies where presidents and different people get shot. Now, it looked like that to me.
It looked like a movie.
In my mind, this is not even real. I'm looking at this and I'm watching it, because it's not like it used to be. Hey, images might be disturbing. Govern yourself accordingly. You don't get that no more on Facebook. You just be strolling and something just come up. And my assumption is this is a Call of Duty. This is
AI.
This is AI. In my mind, I'm looking at this like this is not even real. But then I'm looking at the news outlet and I'm looking at Facebook and I'm looking at other stuff. I'm like, I called Damali like, did you see this?
Yeah.
They done shot and killed some guy that was just up on stage talking. I don't know. When they said the guy's name, I don't know his name. Damali didn't know. We didn't know who he was. We started doing a little research, but I just want to say that first, and a young man too, only 31 years old. But then, of course, Damali and I on the radio, so we got to do our homework first. We got to do a little research, because at the end of the day, for us, it is no way to be nothing personal because of the person that we don't know.
Right.
So now it's just a reaction. And so what I've been going with Damali since I've seen it, and we see it going back and forth with the minorities and then with the big media companies and all of that. And Damali, so I keep going with my mama always say, if you can't say nothing good,
don't say
just
nothing
don't say nothing at all. If you can't think, because you shouldn't be in a situation where you can't say, if you can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all. The problem is we on KBOB 89.9 FM where we got to tell our story our way. We on news you can use. People come to us to just get our reaction and get our take on stuff, and we try to make it where it's never nothing where it divides people, because we're about bringing everybody together, black, white, green, or yellow is what it's about with us. So even when we do have to say something, we try to find the appropriate way to say it, just because that's just people just want to be knowing our reaction and response. So Damali, kind of what was your, after you did a little homework, but you didn't know who he was, and then you're kind of looking at news, and now it's like everywhere. The president say do this, and then the city, our superintendents, like everybody's in this thing. Like, man, we didn't even know who this was. So how has that been for you, and kind of what is your take on it, if anything?
I would say for me, like I said before, I did not know who Charlie Kirk was until this unfortunate situation happened. I will say this: I don't believe that any person should be assassinated, period. But let alone, when their wife and kids are sitting there. That's just craziness to me.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine the trauma that family is feeling. And it puts you, in a whole different mindset. About people, about safety of folks. And it also makes you think about, you have to be careful what you say. Just because you have a microphone and you think something, you don't necessarily need to spew that out.
Right.
Because you never know who may take offense to what it is that you're saying and what links they may go to, because mental health is real.
Right.
And so you never know what that individual may or may not do, or what trigger you might provoke in somebody, right? And so for me, I would say that because I didn't know him, I'm not really connected in the way that some folks are, but I will say that after doing the research about what he says, I don't agree with probably 90% of what he said. I don't agree with his stance about a lot of different things, but I still feel like the humanity in me and the Christian in me is like, man, that's still a horrible way for a person's life to be snuffed out.
Right.
It's still bad. And so that's kind of where I sit with it, and I know for some folks, I know a lot of times people say, oh, well, you guys play it safe. It's not really playing it safe, I don't think.
Right.
I think at the end of the day, I am always concerned about people trying to get along, man. There are so many reasons why we can hate each other. There are so many reasons why we can not like each other for whatever, and that's why God gave us choice. We have a choice to believe or to do anything in life. And we don't always have to agree. There are times when I don't agree with my mom, but that doesn't mean that I hate her.
Right.
There are times when I don't agree with my kids, but that doesn't mean that, it has to go crazy. So I think that, we need to learn how to be, to agree to disagree. But we don't have to be offensive to one another. I just don't know why everything has to be offensive and why everything has to be political. I don't want your politics to spill over into my school, into my religion. No, politics is politics, church is church, school is school, period. Is in my opinion.
Right. And I'll probably say for me, man, 31 is young. Damali.
Yeah, very
30,
young.
I mean, because I'm in the 50 club. So when I look at somebody 30, my kids are 30.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I can look through a lens of at 30, you may still have a lot you need to learn, a lot that you can mature in those things. So of course, Damali and we both have seen all the Facebook stuff. I mean, from pastors to leaders to everybody, because these might be people that followed him.
Mm-hmm.
So when you follow somebody, your perspective is going to be different because you follow it. And so I just didn't want to be, since I'm after the fact, because now the person is deceased and unalived and gone.
Right.
So what I'm going to say to it is, I don't want it to be used as a, and I'll say, now I did do this, Damali, this is just me being transparent. Some videos I went and watched, I watched the video of him and the assailant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The guy that shot him. I watched that video. If you haven't seen that, you can Google it. It comes up where the guy that shot him and him have this heated, and that's why Damali spoke to mental health, because that was bad and that was crazy. But how they're interacting, and I'm like, you got to be careful how you talk to people when it comes to that. I agree with you in that, and I can say this: I looked at some engagement with him and African American sister. Like I didn't watch because I didn't want it to be sound bites that I got. I just wanted to watch something in its entirety. So I watched him and the sister debate back and forth. You know what, Damali? Being transparent, when they debated back and forth, it was like a debate and it was cool. It didn't get into the crazy stuff like it was with him and the shooter. So in my mind from that, I just gathered, I don't have time because I didn't normally just go look at all of his stuff, but I seen one that I could understand why. And this is a person that looked like him. Got to remember, it's not a person that looked like us that did this. This is kind of like a person that kind of has the same views and opinions that he has done it. So it makes it where, you don't know, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird, but anyway, I just hate that it happened. I had some here of that Chat GPT. I went to that. I was going to read it, but I'm not even going to read it because it's one of those things where our climate is already tense. It's already thick. You got a lot of crazy stuff going on, and I don't want to read or do something that adds to that. I'm just going to say, be careful of the things that you say. And that you do. I don't care what color you are, because you never know people's mental capacity nowadays. And I just don't want, whether you black, white, green, or yellow, I don't want something to happen or a climate in our country to be created in a way that it leads to a person getting murdered on live TV. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what political. I don't care what none of that is. We shouldn't live in a country where that happens.
Right.
So I'll park it right there and not read that this time, because I know we got more. I mean, y'all can chime in and tell us what y'all think, but we can go on to the next hot topic.
Yes.
If you're good.
Yes, no, I'm absolutely good. Yeah, I think we
So
just need to start
for me, if what y'all's how you feel, I don't condone it, but I don't feel like I got no empathy for it either. It's maybe another 10,000 people that passed away on that day.
Mhm.
It's like I didn't know them, so I can't relate. I'm sorry it happened.
Mhm.
It happened to him. I'm sorry it happened to him, but I don't know him, his views. I didn't know him before. I don't know the other people that all died on that same day either.
Right.
So I can't have either or. So I can't. So I don't want people to tell me that I need to have empathy or do something with a flag. You can't do that because I don't know them. No different than the other people. No different than the kids in the school. You feel bad when it happened, but you don't know them personally.
Right.
And I'm just hopeful it never get to where any of us have to know a kid personally or an educator or a politician, because people just being killed left and right. In America, we got to find a way to get it right. So don't condone. I'm not feeling no kind of way, good or bad. You know, it's just an unfortunate situation for us in our country right now.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing that goes along with that we need to address and give our take on is there were a lot of HBCUs that ended up having to shut their campuses and stuff after this happened, because the assumption was that a person of color or a person that didn't look like them was the actual assailant.
Right.
I think that's unfortunate, because I don't understand why, we need to take it to that level. These are kids in higher education. First of all, we weren't even in what was it, Utah? We weren't even we're not even in Utah. We're not even on that college campus, so why would you even think that it was, why is always the assumption that African Americans or people of color had to have something to do with this? When, until it's proven who did what, why do we think that?
A lot of time that's leadership, Damali. That's
true.
the leadership of
That's
our
true.
country. It's the leadership of people in our states. It's the leadership of whomever is on the news. What narratives they're putting out there. And I just think that there's such a huge responsibility. Look, we have thousands of people listening right now, but we're not speaking about this in a way where you got to feel like you got to pick a side. We're just giving you the information on it, on what happens, but we're not doing it in a way where I agree with Charles and Damali. They said this should have happened or that should have happened. No, you got to give the information and then let the people decide what they want to do. But you don't create these narratives where you got one angry against it. You got to be
against the other.
And here's the ticket. Even though when I think about this guy, I think that people got to be able to debate without making it personal, even when you talk about things that are sticky or things that you do not agree with. Because just right in our own community, we disagree all the time. So whether it don't matter, race or racial lines don't matter. We got to find a way to debate, have a conversation, and do that. But we don't kill people. At least maybe fight a little bit, throw something at somebody, do some water gun fights.
Right.
But we ain't gonna be pulling out guns, blasting people in the neck because of something they said. Because what a person saying today, they may say something different tomorrow, or it could be taken out of context, or it could be a myriad of things, Damali, that you don't know.
But this is the other
you don't know
thing.
A man's heart.
This is the other thing. I think we all have a responsibility to talk to each other with compassion and to not try to belittle people, make people feel small. And in that interview that you're talking about, that was what I noticed, that, it was like, I know so much more than you. I'm so much smarter than you. You're an idiot. You don't know that. You don't know what a person's trigger is.
Right. You can't do that.
You have no idea.
Trust me, at 31, you don't know. I'll just say this. At 31, shoot, at 51, you don't know everything.
Exactly.
So when you're debating or you're doing some, find kind words for your segues. Don't just make what you say be so harsh toward anybody, because it got to be a reason why something gets to that.
Yeah.
And then in our country, because that's over now. There's nothing we can do about that.
Nope.
It ain't absolutely nothing we can do but try to do better at this point. So a lot of y'all look, everybody on Facebook deleting all their friends and neighbors don't want to get together no more. You got to think this is one guy in an very unfortunate situation happened. But I don't want y'all now to not get along with none of your classmates that you've been knowing since kindergarten.
Right.
College teammates don't want to talk no more.
What?
We got all this going on because of an incident that ended up really between just two people. So we got to find a way to put a button on that. Have empathy, sympathy if you need to. If you don't need to, it don't matter. It's an isolated incident. and nobody can tell somebody how to deal with it. That's a personal choice,
Right.
you know, and then just kind of go from there.
And so with that being said, when we're talking about personal choices, then our state superintendent, Mr. Ryan Walters, he's always in the news, and it's seemingly for the wrong thing. So Mr. Ryan Walters, apparently he agreed with the rhetoric that was being spewed by Charlie Kirk. And so he thought it was a great idea to send out a memo or a letter to all parents and guardians of the school districts in Oklahoma, wanting to do a moment of silence at 12 o'clock noon, high noon. He wanted to do a moment of silence to reflect on Charlie Kirk's legacy. Okay, that is a personal choice.
That's my point. It's a personal choice.
This is the thing. If there are, the reason why we don't have Black history in schools is because we don't want a certain demographic to feel bad about the fact that these things happened in history.
Right.
Okay. Then that same demographic, if you go back and listen to the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk was speaking, can very well feel bad also. So why would I want my child, and I'm not saying that I do or don't, but I'm just saying, why would I want my child to take this moment of silence for a person that, one, I don't even know. I don't know you. But then what I have learned of you, it's been derogatory towards people who look like me. So why would a government agency try to force me to, and my kid to take a moment of silence for somebody that I don't even know?
Yeah, that's
just stay out of the business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about it. We can't. It's things happen, unfortunately, to many people, but we don't go to this extent. But this is what I'm saying about the political stuff. To me, that's more political,
right?
Because if I don't know this person, my kids don't know them,
exactly.
My grandkids don't know them, and all of them got to go to school. But so they shouldn't be going to school to take a moment of silence. I'm not even taking a moment of silence because I don't know them. It's not that it's personal. It's not that I need to have empathy. It's like I don't know them. I didn't know them. I never heard them have a speech about anything. So I don't feel like I need to, me or my kids. And you didn't know him. So Damali, it's the same thing. So I just feel like, but if you did know him and you feel like you want to do that,
That's
then we can honor you wanting to do that. Like you want to do that, then that's just fine. It's like different religions. Different people pray about different stuff. Dude, that's people's personal choice. But don't get something and try to force people to feel some kind of way about something that they don't understand and play a role in or any of that.
Yes. So Teresa says that Ryan Walters is so disrespectful and biased. Uncle Brian says, and they're trying to have a holiday for Kirk in this state. This is the thing. It's your choice. I mean, tomato, potato. It is your choice. But I just don't feel like we should be force feeding folks and making them do something that they don't want to do. If I don't know you, then
no, what got me for the shock value for me, and it's and here's the ticket. It's everybody. Here's the thing about me. I'm cool with everybody's perspective. If that's what you want to do, I may not agree with it, and if I don't agree with, I'll stay on this side. You stay on that side. We can go in life different directions.
Right.
I don't have no problem with that. But when I first saw it, Damali, and I know we got to switch gears. Is I see a picture of him, and I'm like, who is this? I see John F.K., I see Malcolm X, and I see Martin Luther King. So it's all, I don't even realize the guy that got shot in this person on the, I don't even realize they're the same person because I don't know him.
Right.
But when you maybe hear him say that I don't even respect Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., then why would you want to get him and put him in a picture together to act like they are equal? You can't determine that because what people felt about Martin Luther King Jr. and what they may feel about this person can be two different things. So you can't take that narrative and then just try to wash it down to everybody. Because guess what? When you in Black communities, we in Tulsa, Oklahoma, MLK Street stops in North Tulsa. You don't have no MLK
in South Tulsa.
You see what I'm saying? So the ticket is this. If we want to celebrate and have the big MLK parade and celebrate Martin Luther King Jr., we do that right here in North Tulsa. But you know what? They don't want MLK Street or MLK in South Tulsa. But what can we do? We can't say, hey, because we had admirations from Martin Luther King Jr.
Right.
and then y'all need to celebrate. We can't say that.
Mhm.
And many people, they still go to work. Man, forget MLK, but you know what? That's your personal choice. That's your
right.
personal business.
That's right.
We gonna celebrate because that's what we.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with this guy.
Mhm.
If you want to celebrate him, you want to honor him, you want to have a holiday. If you want to go do all that, do that. I'm just saying, for me and Damali, we just don't know him, and that's many others don't know him as well.
Mhm.
So let people make, their own choice on that, and we'll switch gears. Love y'all. Now, don't y'all be out here fighting nobody over this, because hey, that situation, one is in jail and one is in wherever he went when he left here. And so we got to continue to live together despite that. So let's not be hurting each other because of a situation. We should have did better while he was here to make this not happen. But hey, we it's water under the bridge now.
That part. The last thing that we're going to talk about as a hot topic is I don't know if you have heard about this, but there is a student, a Black student, was found at Delta State University hanging in a tree. And there has been so much focus on the Charlie Kirk situation because that's bad too.
That's horrible.
But a lot of folks feel like there has not been a lot of focus on the fact that this young man was found hung in a tree. There is a lot of speculation out there, a lot of different stories that are going on. I've heard stories that, he was injured, he had broken arms and legs. He had this, he had
Just
that.
go ahead and read it. So just in case somebody don't know, you can say who and where, just give them.
So what it says, the young man's name is Trey Reed. And what they say now is the body of a 21-year-old Delta State University student. I don't know how to say his last name. Demartravion, maybe. Trey Reed was discovered hanging from a tree on campus on Monday morning, prompting an investigation. The university said reports suggest that Reed was found dead on campus at Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi on Monday. And so
can I just say
yes, go ahead.
Let me tell you something right now. I can tell you this right now. What a Black man ain't gonna do is get a rope and climb up in a tree and hang himself. I'm just gonna tell you that so you just know. So I don't really care what the police say. I don't really care what none of them say. I'm telling you right now, Black men ain't grabbing no rope, climbing up in the tree saying today is my day. We're not doing that. So right off the top, you got to come up with something else, because now that's called drinking the Kool-Aid. If you think that, because I don't think when people say that, they realize how traumatic it is to think about. Can you imagine? The worst way to die is like that. You know what I mean? People gonna do something. They probably gonna do something quick, but I'm gonna climb up in the tree, get a rope on a college campus, and we ain't doing that, Damali. What you think? We ain't doing that?
Nope, absolutely not.
We're absolutely not doing that. So we can just start there. But I heard Benjamin Crump has been retained.
Yes.
And now we'll let the process, because now it's other people got to do stuff. But if you ask me, look, in the history of my life, I ain't even heard a brother even say he thinking about grabbing a rope. It just don't go down like that.
No, absolutely not. And not only that, so that happened at Delta State University, but now there has been another young man that they have found who was hanged as well in Mississippi. He was actually in Vicksburg, Mississippi, in a forested area right around the Ameristar Casino. His name, now he's a white male, Corey Zucatas,
right?
And he was 36 years old, and they found him as well. My question is, what the heck is going on in Mississippi that people are, got ropes around their necks and hanging in trees?
Hey, we got some people on from Mississippi. We got to figure out how to get down there. Watch yourself. It's beyond my comprehension to this is 2025.
2025.
You're just kind of like, come on, we got to be in a better space to be doing better and not have this level of hate for each other that we resort to things like this. Here's the ticket. If you don't like somebody, that's why you got law enforcement. You got people that deal with certain things when situations happen. We got to stop trying to take things into our own hands, is just going out here doing egregious stuff. Because here's the ticket: what you sow, you still gonna reap.
That part.
Whatever you sow, you still gonna reap. So if you think you can do this and put out there somebody hanging themselves, all that, what you sow, you at some point you'll still reap. And
Absolutely.
And we don't want that to be for nobody. But that's our hot topics. I felt it got hotter than we needed to be. But we're gonna try to get out of here. We got upcoming events. Our producer, well, we ain't gonna do no music because it's kind of
so before we
shipping.
do before we do the Black History trivia question, we have a box here. And we've been meaning to do this for the last 3 weeks.
We're going to do it
but,
quick, too.
We're going to do it quick.
AJ, I hope you're still on here.
So AJ, he's our Arkansas ambassador.
He is.
And every time he comes to town, he always has come bearing gifts. But the other day, my doorbell rings and I get this box.
Right.
And I'm like,
right.
I didn't order anything from Amazon.
You
What is this? So I pull out get the box, and it is a box full of stuff.
So we're going to go through it real
so
quick.
We're going to go through it really quick. So AJ sent here's something for Big Rock. If you don't know, that's Charles.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But he sent me a little something. Y'all see that?
Yeah, can you see it? AJ said he's still here.
AJ,
so
you still on?
Yes.
Woo, we ready now.
Sigma. So this is something for our first lady. We don't know what it is. We're not going to open her gift. We're just going to let you know. Vanessa Hall Harper, he sent something for our District 1 City Councilwoman. I saw
AJ.
her on
Come
Saturday,
on, AJ.
And I gave that to her.
You gave it
we
to
don't
her?
know what it is.
We don't know what it is, but we're going to find out, AJ.
We'll find out. He also sent something for Christy Williams from Black History Saturdays. Let's see, who is this? Bobby Eaton, Uncle Bobby.
He sent something for Uncle Bobby.
Maybe we can get Uncle Bobby in here to get him to open up his. But there's something for Uncle Bobby Eaton.
In a minute, they ain't gonna be able to see your face because you know you're not that tall.
It's okay. Don't do me. This is for Bishop Cooper.
Bishop got
Pastor,
something?
yeah.
Bishop Pastor got a gift.
This is for Mommy, look, you got a gift.
Gifts. You get a gift, and you get a gift, and you get a gift, and no, I'm just.
And guess what? Because I am a Zeta and AJ is my brother from NYCU.FM, but he is also my brother because he is a Sigma. I got bucket hats. I can't even put my hat on. So here you see the one bucket hat. I got 2 bucket hats. I'm so excited. This one says I'm a soror. And I don't know what this one says. What does it say? Nothing.
It got the sign.
Oh, it just got the Zeta sign. So AJ, thank you so much. We totally appreciate this. We appreciate you sending stuff and always thinking about us. AJ says he's going to be in Mississippi next week, and he was in Mississippi. So he was talking about something else. I saw a comment that AJ had on here, but anyway, I don't know where it is right now. But anyway,
we're leaving the gifts on the tables. Give it here,
so
AJ. Thanks for the love. We leaving
you.
all the gifts right here to the end of the show.
And so okay. So now we're gonna get to our Black History trivia.
Let's get to live right quick.
Who's on live?
I say on the live, for the people tuning in, Uncle Brian, no one deserves to die, but his hate caused his own demise.
Oh.
Uncle Brian, that kind of makes sense. Teresa said the violence is crazy. We can agree to disagree and still live on.
Yes.
Amen to that. Uncle Brian said he had 2 messages, one for his followers and one for people who did not follow him. And they were as different as night and day.
Wow.
And then he said, say it again, Damali. So you said something.
I said something.
That made sense. And then Jeremiah said that he stated we should not celebrate MLK.
See?
That's my point. Don't try to tell people what to do. You can celebrate who you want, but don't try to tell us who we should and should not. Because if you tell somebody don't celebrate MLK, then somebody call you and say, let's celebrate the man that told you to not celebrate MLK, huh?
Negative.
See how that works out. Anyway, Teresa said Ryan Walters is so disrespectful and biased. Uncle Brian said, and they are trying to have a holiday for Mr. Kurt. All right, we'll see how that works out.
So AJ says, love you guys, and he has more gifts.
Oh, more gifts. AJ is the cousin.
So this is like Christmas in September.
Christmas in September. AJ, thanks for the love, man. It means a lot. We're not just saying that, man. AJ is part of the family.
Thank you.
He comes down to Black Wall Street, works with us, volunteers with us. We grace the stage together. He has the J-Bone Lounge from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning. So he's with y'all night shift people, but we love and appreciate him and his queen, Miss Lunda.
Yes.
And so to all of our family down there in Arkansas, AJ, Mr. Energizer, shows a lot of love from Arkansas to Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on Greenwood.
Yeah.
And we love him for it.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Black History trivia question.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. In 1934, what African-American entrepreneur purchased 47 acres of beachfront property in Horry County, South Carolina, and created what is known as the Black Pearl in South Carolina? Was it A, George Washington Carver? Was it B, O.W. Gurley? Was it C, George Tyson? Or was it D, J.B. Stratford? Now, it looks like Richard said B, Lawana, Franchelle, and Charles said C. AJ, Jeremiah, Uncle Brian, and Mom said D. You guys got about 1 second to give me your answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you said C, you would be correct. Charles,
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back. Yeah.
You are back.
Finally, after 3 weeks of getting it wrong.
Yes. So in 1934, George W. Tyson purchased 47 acres of land along the ocean front of Horry County. Atlantic Beach was born, nicknamed the Black Pearl, for its rich history and African American owned businesses. It was conceived as a result of segregation laws. And it provided a thriving community for African Americans to vacation and a nucleus for the surrounding communities that would later become part of North Myrtle Beach. Today, those living in Black Pearl strive to preserve and communicate the distinctive history of this African American enclave and the Gullah Geechee culture that has shaped it. So this week's Black History Trivia question is sponsored by Black History Saturdays. And today's banned book of the week is Blackbirds in the Sky. Charles, you want to hold that up to the camera?
I can.
Blackbirds in the Sky by award-winning author Brandy Colbert. Blackbirds in the Sky is the story and legacy of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. It's a 2121 non-fiction book by Brandy Colbert aimed at middle grade and young adult readers that explores the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre as well as the historical context leading up to the event. So that is our banned book of the week, Blackbirds in the Sky. All right, upcoming events. Y'all ready?
We ready. Get your pen and pad out. Click share. If you haven't shared this video, go ahead and share it. We're covering so much information.
Okay. All right. Soul of Sunday happens every single Sunday from 1 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. with Corey D on nycu.fm, on Facebook, and at Corey D. Taylor. The Phi Beta Sigma fraternity and Zeta Phi Beta sorority are hosting their second annual joint state meeting. It's going to be happening at Langston University, located at 914 North Greenwood. That's going to be on Saturday. The Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, as well as the Zetas, are presenting the Blue Expressions Open Mic Night. This is going to be on Friday night, September the 19th from 6 o'clock p.m. until 9 o'clock p.m. at OSU Tulsa in the B.S. Roberts Room, located at 700 North Greenwood Avenue. The Zetas and Sigmas are also hosting their Read Today, Lead Tomorrow book drive. This is going to be to support youth literacy. We are collecting 100 books for the nonprofit Youth First, who supports birth to 12th grade students. The biggest need is 3rd to 8th grade books. So if you have books that you would like to donate, you can reach out to me at damaliwilson.com, or you can give me a call. For those of you who have my number, use it. For more information, you can go to Youth First at weareyouthfirst.org. The 9th annual Tulsa Community Baby Shower is going to be happening on September 20th, which is on Saturday from 11 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at the YWCA Gym at Tulsa Community College Northeast Campus. It's in parking lot number 7. That's located at 3727 East Apache Street.
I've never heard of a community baby shower. I'm just being
You
honest.
haven't?
No, what they're doing is giving away diapers and infant milk
and helping
and
those
binkies.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm pulling up. I'm just saying, hey, y'all, I'm just keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. Mom said, tell AJ I said thanks and I love him. Teresa said something. I'll come back to it in a minute. Oh, she said, come on, band books. DeLorean Sanders, that's frat. Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders said, I love that frat. And then AJ said, I got you, brother Sanders, frat gifts for you as well. Love y'all.
That's awesome. And AJ said, yes, he's read that book. So he's already read the band book of the week.
He don't miss. He don't miss.
All right. The Center for Employment Opportunities, they are having a second chance job fair 2025. Right. It's going to be happening on October the 9th from 11 a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. at 556 North Denver Avenue. This is a job and community resource fair designed to connect justice-involved individuals with businesses who are willing to give them an opportunity at employment. For more information, call 918-894-6561. The 30th annual Stone Awards are happening October the 17th through 18th in Memphis, Tennessee, Shelby County. Charles, Uncle Bobby, and I will be receiving awards. You can give them a call. If you would like to travel to Memphis to be a part of the studio audience, then you can give Cam a call at 901-273-5038. I understand that there are special tickets that are available for folks who are coming from Black Wall Street. So to get all of your ticket information. And then lastly, put this on your calendar. It's coming up in a few weeks. Daylight savings time.
Yes.
So we're going to fall back on November 2nd. So I just want to keep reminding y'all because, we'll forget and we'll be all jacked up. Calendars just be all messed up.
Do you like it when it falls back?
I actually hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it.
I don't. I like for it to get dark at 5:30. Let me go to bed. I'm sleepy anyway. Let me go. But when it don't get dark till 9 o'clock, Damali, that's too long. How much daylight do you need? How much daylight do you want?
Listen,
the sun is not your cousin.
do.
The sun is not your cousin. Go to bed.
I got stuff to do.
Okay, then. Well, get your stuff done before 5:30 because now when this time go back at 5:30, it's going to be time to go to bed.
And I'm going to be in the bed, so I ain't going to get nothing done. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to have to get up at 3 in the morning when the sun come up.
There you go.
But anyway, birthdays. So today is Dr. Whitaker's birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. I got to say my sister's birthday, my youngest sister, Tiffany Harper, birthday was on Monday. Love your little sis. I ain't going to say how old she is because she look good.
Yeah, she look really good.
How she look is how old she is, whatever that is.
Rametrius Whitman has a birthday September the 19th. That's our Sigma brother.
Happy birthday.
September 20th, Red Fields, Kareem Muhammad of the TAF Awards, and Shelby Mills over at Asbury. They have birthdays.
Happy birthday, y'all.
September 21st, John over in Uganda. That's your guy. Had you up there dancing.
Hey,
yeah.
Let's get it.
Yes. September 22nd, Lavelle Dyer. We call her Mama Dyer.
Mama
and
Dyer.
Rashika Stevenson over at Scoops. It's her birthday.
What?
And then on September 23rd, Terrell Ellison, our Sigma brother, as well as the owner of EIG Construction. It is going to be his birthday.
Happy birthday, frat. All you frats. There's a lot of y'all Sigma. I got to go back 9 months and see what y'all parents was doing.
Right.
There's a lot of y'all. There's a lot of blue and white going on. What's going on? What's happening?
All right. Next week, September 24th, we're going to be talking about relationships again.
Uh-oh.
So in our studio audience is going to be Rodney Rue Tisdale and Jolie Ferdue. They're going to be back to explore the topic. Is it cheating if both parties agree?
We're going to talk about that next week because I don't even want to get started on that right now. We're going to see. Make sure y'all tap in. That's going to be a fun one.
Okay, so don't forget, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram at World One Development, 36th Street North Event Center, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, Fitting Back In Prison Reentry, and nycu.fm.
Also, to reach us here on the show for advertising, hosting, marketing, promos, community engagement, or to appear live on our show, go to nycu.fm, leave us a message. We will get in touch with you, and someone will make sure you're able to pull up live with us. Please subscribe to our station to stay up to date on all the latest happening.
All right, y'all.
All right. This has been news you can use. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., so make sure you tune in.